They say love conquers all. But what happens when love asks you to hide? To pretend you don't exist? To smile while the world celebrates a lie? This is the story of Amara and Ji-hoon. 5 years of stolen moments. 5 years of secret phone calls and hidden dates. 5 years of I love you whispered where no one could hear. And then one day an envelope arrived. Cream-colored. Expensive. With gold-embossed letters that spelled out the end of everything she'd believed in. This is their story. Seoul, South Korea. 5 years ago, Amara Okonkwo arrived in Seoul with a dream and a law degree from Howard University. 25 years old, Nigerian American, daughter of immigrant parents who worked 3 jobs to get her through school. She'd landed an associate position at Choi & Partners, one of Seoul's most prestigious international law firms. Her father told her on the phone that first night, "You're not just representing yourself, Amara. You're opening doors for everyone who comes after you. No pressure, right?" And then she met him. Park Ji-hoon, 28 years old, senior associate, third-generation lawyer. His grandfather founded the firm with Mr. Choi in 1965. His father sat on the board. His mother hosted charity galas where Seoul's elite sipped champagne and discussed mergers. Ji-hoon was everything Amara wasn't. Connected, privileged, Korean royalty in a suit that cost more than her first month's rent. Their first case together was a nightmare. A multinational contract dispute with 17 parties and documents in 4 languages. They worked 18-hour days for 3 weeks straight. At 2 a.m. on the 21st night, surrounded by empty coffee cups and legal briefs, Ji-hoon looked up and said, "You're brilliant, you know that?" Amara laughed, exhausted. "You're just saying that because I found the liability clause." "No," he said, and his voice was suddenly serious. "I'm saying it because it's true. And because I've been wanting to say it for 3 weeks." That was the beginning. They kissed for the first time in that conference room, surrounded by legal documents and the quiet hum of the office building. No one else on the floor. Just them. Just that moment. "This is probably a bad idea," Amara whispered. "Probably," Ji-hoon agreed. And kissed her again. For 3 months it was perfect. Secret lunches at restaurants in Itaewon where no one from the firm would see them. Weekend trips to Jeju Island where they could walk on the beach holding hands. Late-night phone calls that lasted until sunrise. Amara had never felt this way. Like someone saw all of her. The brilliant lawyer and the scared girl who sometimes still felt like she didn't belong, and loved both versions equally. And then his mother found out. Picture this. You're in love. Really in love. And the man you love comes to your apartment at 11 p.m. on a Tuesday. And his face tells you everything before his mouth opens. "My mother knows," Ji-hoon said. Amara's heart sank. And she's not pleased. Not pleased was Korean family speak for catastrophic disaster. Park Sun-hee, Ji-hoon's mother, was old Seoul elite. Her family tree had roots that went back to the Joseon dynasty. She wore hanbok to formal events and Chanel to everything else. She spoke 5 languages, ran 3 charitable foundations, and had very specific ideas about who was suitable for her eldest son. A Nigerian-American lawyer, no matter how brilliant, was not on that list. "She wants to meet you," Ji-hoon said. Amara's stomach dropped. "When?" "Tomorrow. Lunch at the Shilla." The meeting was exactly as awful as Amara imagined. Mrs. Park arrived 20 minutes late, a power move. She ordered in Korean, didn't translate, another power move. She smiled, but her eyes remained cold as winter in Gangwon-do. "My son speaks very highly of your work," Mrs. Park said in perfect English. "Thank you, Mrs. Park. Ji-hoon is an excellent colleague." "Colleague?" Mrs. Park's smile sharpened. "Yes, that's appropriate." The message was clear. Then came the speech. The one Amara would replay in her mind for 5 years. "Miss Okonkwo, I don't know what American movies taught you about love, but in Korea, families matter. Lineage matters. My son will marry someone who understands our culture, our expectations, our world. Someone who can navigate Seoul society, raise children who know their heritage, uphold our family's reputation. Someone Korean, Amara said quietly. Mrs. Park didn't deny it. I'm sure you understand. This isn't about you personally. This is about what's best for Ji-hoon's future. That night, Amara told Ji-hoon it was over. I can't do this, she said, tears streaming down her face. I can't be the secret you're ashamed of. I'm not ashamed. Ji-hoon grabbed her hands. Amara, I love you. Then choose me. Silence. That silence said everything. My mother will come around, Ji-hoon finally said. Just give her time. We'll date quietly. She'll see how happy I am. She'll accept us eventually. How long is eventually? I don't know. A year. Maybe 2. It would be 5. 5 years of dating quietly. 5 years of loving someone who wouldn't claim you in public. 5 years of being introduced as my colleague Amara, while his hand secretly squeezed yours under the table. 5 years of waiting for eventually. You know what's strange about secret relationships? They become normal. At first, every hidden moment felt wrong. Every lie to friends about weekend plans. Every time Amara had to pretend Ji-hoon was just a coworker when they ran into firm people at restaurants. Hurt. But humans are adaptable. Even to pain. Year 1, Amara believed him. She believed his mother would come around. She believed love would be enough. She was patient. Year 2, she started to doubt. But Ji-hoon was attentive. He'd show up at her apartment with her favorite takeout from the Nigerian restaurant in Itaewon. He'd rub her feet after long days in court. He'd whisper plans about their future. When my mother accepts us, he'd say, we'll have the biggest wedding. I'll shout from Seoul Tower that I love you. When? Always when. Never now. Year 3, Amara made senior associate. She'd worked harder than anyone at the firm. Late nights. Weekends, holidays. She won cases other lawyers wouldn't touch. At the celebration dinner, Ji-hoon sat 3 seats away and toasted to our colleague's success. That night, she cried in his arms. I'm tired, Ji-hoon. I'm so tired of hiding. Soon, he promised. Soon. Year 4, Amara's best friend from law school, Zainab, visited from New York. They went out for drinks in Gangnam. Girl, what are you doing? Zainab asked bluntly. You've been with this man for 4 years, and I still haven't met him. His family doesn't know about you. You can't post photos together. It's complicated, Amara said. Complicated is figuring out taxes, Zainab said. This is a man who's too cowardly to love you publicly. You don't understand Korean culture. Don't give me that, Zainab cut her off. Plenty of Korean men date black women publicly. This isn't about culture. This is about him choosing his mother's approval over you. For 4 years. Amara went home and cried. Because Zainab was right. But Amara loved him. And leaving seemed harder than staying. Year 5 started like all the others. Promises. Stolen weekends. I love yous whispered in the dark. And then, 3 months into year 5 everything changed. The envelope arrived on a Thursday. Amara came home from a brutal day in court to find it slipped under her apartment door. Cream-colored cardstock. Expensive. Gold-embossed lettering. Her hands trembled as she opened it. Park Ji-hoon and Kim Ye-jin request the honor of your presence at their wedding. The world stopped. Just stop. Amara read it again. And again. The words didn't change. Wedding. His wedding. To someone named Kim Ye-jin. She called him. Her hands shaking so badly she could barely hold the phone. Amara, he answered, and his voice was strange. Guilty. What is this? Her voice broke. Ji-hoon, what the hell is this? Silence. Say something, she screamed. Can we meet? He said finally. I need to explain in person. Explain in person. Amara laughed, a horrible broken sound. You're getting married, and you need to explain in person? How long have you known? How long have you been lying to me? 6 months, he whispered. 6 months. 6 months of I love yous. 6 months of making love in her apartment. 6 months of planning their someday future. All while he was engaged to someone else. Who is she? Amara asked, though she wasn't sure she wanted to know. Kim Yejin. She's from a good family. Her father owns a pharmaceutical company. Our mothers arranged it. Course they did. And you just agreed. I didn't have a choice, Ji-hoon said. My father's been sick. Heart problems. The stress of me refusing would. Don't, Amara cut him off. Don't you dare make this about your father's health. You had a choice. You've always had a choice. You chose them. You chose to lie to me for 6 months. You chose to keep sleeping with me while planning a wedding to someone else. Amara, I love you. You don't love me. Her voice was cold now. Me. You can't love someone and do this to them. Love isn't hiding. Love isn't 5 years of waiting. Love isn't marrying someone else. What do you want me to do? Ji-hoon's voice cracked. Call off the wedding. Destroy my family. Let my father die of stress. I want you, Amara said quietly, to be honest with yourself about who you really are. You're not the man who kissed me in that conference room 5 years ago and promised me eventually. You're a coward who strung me along because it was comfortable. She hung up and fell apart. Have you ever had your heart broken? Not just hurt, broken. Shattered into pieces so small you're not sure you'll ever find them all? That was Amara. For 3 days she didn't go to work. She didn't eat. Barely slept. She lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, replaying 5 years in her mind. Looking for the signs she'd missed. They were everywhere. The way he'd never introduced her to his family, even after year 3. The way he'd cancel plans last minute when his mother called. The way he'd tense up whenever Amara mentioned the future. She'd told herself it was cultural difference. That she needed to be patient. That love was worth waiting for. But love shouldn't require you to erase yourself. On the 4th day her phone rang. Her mother, calling from Virginia. Baby girl, you sound terrible. What's wrong? Amara broke. Told her everything. The 5 years. The secret. The wedding invitation. Her mother listened. And when Amara finished, she said something Amara would never forget. Slower wisdom in voice. Amara, your grandmother survived war in Nigeria. She came to America with nothing and built a life. Your father worked 3 jobs so you could go to law school. You think they did all that so you could waste 5 years waiting for a man who's too weak to choose you? But Mama, I love him. I know you do, baby. But sometimes loving someone means loving yourself more. Means walking away from what's killing you, even when it hurts. Especially when it hurts. That conversation changed everything. Amara got up, showered, put on her best suit, and went back to work. At the firm, she requested a transfer to their New York office. They approved it immediately. She was one of their best lawyers. They'd been trying to get her to go international for 2 years. 3 weeks. She had 3 weeks until the move. Ji-hoon called 17 times that first day back. She blocked his number. He came to her apartment. She didn't answer. He sent emails. She deleted them without reading. She was done. But the universe, it seems, had other plans. The wedding was on a Saturday. Amara's flight to New York was Sunday morning. She'd packed everything. Said goodbye to her favorite restaurant owners in Itaewon. Gave away furniture to friends. Her apartment was empty except for her suitcases. She didn't plan to go to the wedding. Why would she? But that morning she woke up and thought, I deserve closure. I deserve to see him make this choice with my own eyes. I deserve to walk away knowing I was strong enough to let go. The wedding was at the Shilla Hotel. The same place his mother had told her she wasn't good enough 5 years ago. Full circle. Amara arrived late. Sat in the back. Watched Seoul's elite fill the room in designer hanbok and expensive suits. And then Ji-hoon walked down the aisle. He looked handsome. Miserable but handsome. His face was a mask. Kim Yejin appeared. Beautiful. Perfect. Everything his mother wanted. She smiled like this was the happiest day of her life. Maybe it was. The ceremony began. Traditional Korean wedding. Every ritual perfect. Amara watched and felt nothing. Not anger. Not pain. Just emptiness. And then the officiant said it. If anyone objects to this union, speak now or forever hold your peace. Amara stood up. Every head turned. Ji-hoon's eyes went wide. His mother's face drained of color. The room went silent. Amara walked down the aisle. Slowly. Every eye on her. She stopped 3 feet from Ji-hoon. I object, she said clearly. Whispers. His mother started to stand. I object, Amara continued, to wasting one more second of my life on a man who never deserved me. I object to sitting here watching you marry someone else while pretending I don't exist. I object to 5 years of hiding and waiting and believing your lies. She turned to Eugene. I'm sorry, Amara said. You deserve to know. He's been with me for 5 years. He told me he loved me 2 weeks ago. While planning this wedding. Kiss. Eugene's face crumbled. Ji-hoon reached for Amara. His mother started shouting in Korean. But Amara was already walking away. Out of the room. Out of the hotel. Out of that life. She got in a taxi and said, Incheon Airport, please. In the back seat her phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. Thank you, Eugene. Amara smiled. And turned off her phone. New York City. 6 months later. Amara sat in her new office on the 42nd floor of a Manhattan skyscraper. Partner track. Her own cases. Her name on the door. She'd made new friends. Started dating again. Nothing serious yet, but she was open to it. She'd learned the difference between someone who loves you in private and someone who proudly claims you in public. Her phone rang. Unknown number. Seoul area code. She almost didn't answer. But something made her. Hello. Amara. Ji-hoon's voice. Please don't hang up. She should have. But curiosity won. What do you want, Ji-hoon? I'm sorry, he said. For everything. You were right. About all of it. I was a coward. I know. Eugene called off the wedding. After you left. She said she wouldn't marry someone in love with another woman. My mother was furious. My father. He actually took my side. Can you believe that? Good for Eugene, Amara said. She deserves better. So do you. Ji-hoon's voice cracked. I destroyed the best thing that ever happened to me. I let my fear control me. And I lost you. Yes, Amara said simply. You did. Is there any chance? He started. No, Amara cut him off. Not angry. Just firm. What we had died the day you chose to lie to me. You can't resurrect it. I understand. For what it's worth, I'm proud of you. You were always the brave one. They hung up. Amara looked out her window at Manhattan spread below her. A city of millions. A city of possibilities. Her phone buzzed. A text from Marcus, the cute lawyer from the district attorney's office. Dinner tonight. I promised to actually show up this time. Traffic last week was insane. Smiling face with smiling eyes. Amara smiled. And typed back. 7 p.m. And Marcus. I don't do secret relationships. Just so we're clear. Wouldn't dream of it. See you at 7. Can't wait to introduce you to my mom next weekend if tonight goes well. She's been asking about you. Amara laughed. Real laugh. Because she'd learned something important. The right person doesn't make you wait. The right person doesn't hide you. The right person chooses you proudly, publicly, permanently. Music swells to hopeful conclusion. 5 years she'd waited for eventually. Now she was living in now. And now was pretty damn beautiful.